Welcome to The Real Deal, where it's all about businesses in central Massachusetts and northeastern Connecticut. And now, your host, Anthony Chabot of Chabot & Associates.
Hey everybody, I'm Anthony Chabot with Chabot & Associates, and welcome to the podcast. On today's show, we have a special guest. Her name is Cassie Chabot. Welcome to the show, Cassie.
Thank you for having me here.
It's a pleasure to have this little lady, 10 years old, a student at Woodstock Middle School, and she is just having a time of her life here and happy to be here at the podcast. I can tell by the look on her face. She's very happy and excited. And her topic today is going to be slime. That's right. It's the craze. All the kids are going crazy over it at the schools. I thought it was going to go away because, you know, usually things like this come and go in a few months, 6 months max. But the slime has been around for over a year. I think we've been dealing with this stuff. Cassie, can you tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
My name is Cassie Chabot, as you already know this. And I'm from Woodstock, Connecticut. And I go to school at Woodstock Middle School. And I'm a straight A student right now, so I'm 10 years old.
Excellent. Yes, that's very good. I'm so super proud of you for that. Nice job. So what are some of your favorite things at school? What do you like about school?
I like math and science and social studies.
Very good. And then outside of school, what kind of things do you do?
I like to do gymnastics and sometimes soccer.
And last year you did cheerleading, which was a lot of fun. I had a great time with that. All right, so into the subject of today's podcast, which is slime. I'm going to ask you some questions about it. How long have you been making the slime?
For about a year now.
And what is your favorite type of slime?
I like crunchy slime because it's cool to feel, and it makes this weird noise.
So when you say crunchy slime, what do you mean? What is crunchy slime?
It's like slime, but you add beads to it.
Yeah, what kind of beads?
You can put foam beads in it, or you can put beads that you can put on a bracelet.
Okay. Where do you get the supplies for this stuff?
You can get it at Michael's or Target or Walmart.
Okay.
Those sorts.
And how much does it cost to make a batch of slime, typically?
Usually the glue bottles are 99 cents. And then if you want to get a Tide, I don't know, it's a Tide detergent.
Okay. Well, actually, why don't you tell us, what's the total cost about all this stuff? Is it $5 a batch, $10 a batch? What do you...
Probably $10 a batch. But if you want to get a gallon of glue, it's $13. So then you don't have to keep going and buying glue every single time.
So is glue the main ingredient in making slime? Okay, so if you have a gallon of slime, how long would that last you as a slime addict?
You don't usually make a whole gallon of glue for slime normally. You can make an amount of a regular glue bottle that you can buy for 99 cents. So that would probably last you I don't know, about 2 months. I don't know, something like that.
Okay, so a big gallon of Elmer's glue would last you 2 months. That's the white glue that everybody knows. Okay, Elmer's, right. All right. So if you spend $13 on a gallon of glue, what other supplies do you need?
For crunchy slime, you can just get the beads, and they're usually goes up to $2 for clear beads, slushy beads, and then you can buy shaving foam. Okay, and then make fluffy slime.
So Elmer's glue, the beads, and the beads are not necessary. You can make the slime without the beads. So Elmer's glue, but the real necessities are Elmer's glue, shaving cream. What else?
And Tide detergent, laundry detergent.
Laundry detergent.
But it can't be fabric softener. I've learned from experience.
And
it can have that in it, but it has to be detergent.
Right, and what else? What's the other thing?
That's it.
No.
Just glue, shaving cream, and...
contact solution, am I right?
You don't need contact lens solution if you put in Tide.
But it seems like we tend to use that a lot, am I right? So the supplies that we would recommend that you get when you go to Walmart or Target or Michael's Crafts or wherever you're going to get the supplies. Elmer's glue, probably better off getting a gallon of it if you're going to be doing a lot of this stuff. Tide regular detergent works pretty good. You might want to get the non-scented one because the scented ones can be pretty stinky. And then
Shaving cream.
Shaving cream, you recommend Barbazol, right?
Yeah,
it's the $1. It's the El Cheapo, the red one. And then the contact solution. I don't think I've ever made slime with you guys without having to have contact solution. Sometimes slime doesn't work and you need contact solution. Cassie's disagreeing with me, saying that sometimes...
Yeah, you don't even make slime.
Yeah,
I fixed a batch for you using Tide.
That's right, yeah. So my batch didn't work right. We put a ton of contact solution in, and then we had to also put Tide in there.
Because it didn't work, because we had the wrong shaving cream.
So when I was a kid, we had slime, and it was called slime, and it came in you would buy it for a couple dollars at Toys R Us or whatever, and it was like a little garbage can, like Oscar the Grouch's garbage can, and you would open it up, and the green slime would come out, and it would kind of look a little bit like mucus-y type stuff, yeah. And I loved that stuff when I was a kid. I think I probably played for it off and on for a few years, and it would end up picking up a bunch of crap off the floor, and it would, get all garbagey in there and stuff, so you'd get sick of it after a little while. So basically, we're talking about a total price per batch to make slime of, if you add all of those supplies together and you spend maybe $20, $25, then you're going to need some Tupperware.
Yeah.
And the best bet with the Tupperware that we found is you got to go to Five Below and get a $5 container of Tupperware that has probably 10 different containers in it.
10 different types. And
yeah, there's all different sizes and everything. So you're talking about maybe spending $30 on doing slime and having enough slime supplies to last you potentially a month if you don't go too crazy.
Yeah.
So basically that's the intro to what's required, and then walk us through the process of how it works. What do you do first when you go in to make slime? What's the first step?
So the first step is you put glue in, like whatever your desire is. There's really no measured amount. It just depends on how much slime you want to make. Like if you want to make a gallon of slime, just put the whole gallon of glue in.
Yeah, we're not going to recommend that. So what we'd recommend is you want to have about a child's fist size of the Elmer's glue. Maybe a little bit less.
Like half cup.
Okay, I don't know the measurements, so I can't really say that. Okay, half a cup of glue, and then what else do you put in there?
Shaving foam. You're going to want to put as much shaving foam as you did glue.
Okay.
So like the same amount.
So another fist size?
Yeah.
And then what?
And then if you want to make crunchy slime, you add the beads after.
Let's not get into the beads yet. Let's keep it real simple for now.
So, and then after you add your shaving foam, you add tablespoon by tablespoon of laundry detergent. And you don't want to add too much. You can even add like a teaspoon or just eye it.
Mm-hmm. So you put all this in a Tupperware bowl, and you're mixing it with your hands as you go along, right?
You can mix it with like a popsicle stick or a spoon.
Oh, right, yeah, or a spatula or something.
Yeah, or a spatula.
Something like that, okay. Yeah, you also might want to buy a spatula when you get your supplies ready. So you get the big Tupperware bowl, probably not a typical bowl size for a cereal bowl or something like that. Probably bigger than that, like a popcorn bowl or something like that. This is typically a popcorn bowl, I would say, is about the size you use.
Yeah, because when you add the shaving foam, it goes everywhere, so you do not want to use a tiny bowl.
Right, okay, so a popcorn-sized bowl to get started with. You put your Elmer's glue in there, about a child's fist size of Elmer's glue in there. And then
shaving foam.
Child-sized fist of shaving foam. And then you put teaspoon by teaspoon of the laundry detergent. And you're mixing it with a spatula or a spoon of some sort until it gets to the consistency of what? Then you start playing with it with your fingers, right? Stretching it.
Until it gets to the consistency when it starts to like not stick to the sides of the bowl. Mm-hmm. And then you might want to add like one more teaspoon, and then it will seem sticky when you take it out with your hands. Mm-hmm. But when you start kneading it, it gets less sticky.
And one thing we also might want to point out is if you want to do clear slime, you have to use clear glue. Am I right?
And also when you make clear slime, to make it like fully clear, it gets like bubbles in it when you mix it. So you have, after you finish it, you want to use
you have to let it settle.
Yeah, you have to let it settle. But if you want to make clear slime, you can't use Tide because it's colored.
Oh, okay.
You have to use like contact lens solution.
Right.
Or borax.
Okay, but then so even after once you make the slime with the clear glue, if you want to do clear slime, you have to let it settle for how long? You put it in a container
couple days.
and you let it sit there for days, right? Yeah, it's
days.
not just one of these things you can do right away with the clear slime. For some reason, I'm not sure what that is.
Because you get so many air bubbles and you have to let it settle.
All right, so back to the questions here. You've been making slime for about a year. How did you get started making slime? What got you interested in it?
So some of my friends were talking about it and I thought it was interesting and cool. So then I started watching YouTube videos about it and
Your friends at school?
Tutorials. Yeah, my friends at school. And I was watching tutorials about it and then I begged my dad to go buy me glue and ingredients for it and I made my first batch of slime.
And it's never been the same since. We haven't looked back. So what is your favorite type of slime?
My favorite type of slime is crunchy slime.
And what is your favorite color of slime?
I don't really have a specific color as long as it's like a bright, pretty color. I like it.
Like your favorite colors are always like yellow and orange,
Yeah.
so you're bright yellow, bright orange. And do you have a favorite recipe that you like to make? Do you do the clear stuff? Do you put the foam balls in there? Do you put other stuff in there?
I honestly don't like the clear one because it feels like putty when you take it because for some reason it's different than the white glue. To me whenever I make it. But my favorite, what was the question again?
What's your favorite recipe?
Oh, yeah. My favorite recipe is white Elmer's glue, shaving cream,
Yeah.
contact lens solution, and then the beads, the foam beads, and then like a yellow color or something.
Did you say the laundry detergent in there or no?
Yeah, I talked about the one.
Okay. All right. So we already went through the brief overview of how it's done. And let's see, is there anything else that we meant to talk about here today? Where can people go to find out more about slime? Where did you go to find out? You went to YouTube and Google, right? Looked it up?
I went to YouTube and I searched up tutorials on how to make slime and stuff.
Right. I think I've seen you watch so many videos on making slime. I can't believe how much time you put into this.
Skill.
It does take skill. You've got a lot of Instagram videos on it, right? Too?
Yeah.
And do you have any YouTube videos that you've made on it?
No. I
Okay.
don't have a YouTube account. Well, I do, but I just don't post videos.
Yeah, maybe you should do that. You should get those out of Instagram, put them on YouTube too, or keep them in both places rather. All right, and so people, you'd recommend that they would. Do you have you don't have a YouTube account they can go to, but you have an Instagram account that they can go to, right? Okay, what's the name on that Instagram account?
It's Glossy_slimes. So
Can you repeat that?
Glossy_slimes. But instead of S at the end of slimes, it has a Z.
Okay. All right. Yep. Okay. So that's pretty much it. Cassie Chabot, my beautiful 10-year-old straight A daughter, slime
Enthusiast.
aficionado. Wrapping it up. Thanks for being on the show today on the Real Deal Business Podcast, because this is serious business that we're talking about today.
And always remember that Cassie Chabot is the best person in the world. Thank you.
That's good. Yeah, good. Got to get that in there. Yep. Okay. Very good. Thanks for being on the show, Cassie. Love you, sweetie. Have a good day.
Of course.